right, so we're moving into section 5.3, which is a law of sines and area of a triangle, and these come directly from your formula sheet. They will not be formulas that you have to memorize. In addition, this content is not on your quiz tomorrow, okay? Just days 1 and 2. So I want to start with law of sines. All right, so this is section 5.3, and it pertains to law of sines, which is a formula to solve for sides and angles of a non-right triangle, and area. Okay, so law of sines and area. So these formulas on your formula sheet, I'm thinking law of sines is your first formula, area of the triangle is your third formula, right on your formula sheet. So your law of sines, you can write it for the purpose of your notes. The law of sines, and you want to pay attention to the lowercase letters versus the uppercase. The law of sines is going to be A over sine of A. And remember that the side length is always lowercase and the angle is always uppercase. Equal to B over sine of B. And you can manipulate this formula for any letters that your triangle contains. So there's law of sines. What you want to check for right now is in your calculator, can you hit mode? And you need to make sure your calculator is in degrees and not radians. If you borrow a calculator from the back of the room, it is notorious for changing back into radians. So just check that. Otherwise, everything you do today is going to be incorrect. So calculator in degrees. And you can leave it set like that because it's not going to impact anything. So calculator needs to be degrees. It's going to default back to radians. Okay, so here is how law of sines is going to work. So your example, I'm going to say in triangle, and let's go KLM. You are going to be given that little l is equal to 48. And then angle K, I'm going to put the angle symbol just for clarification, equals 55. And angle L is equal to 46. And what I would like you to do is find little k. So find little k. So again, the lowercase letters pertain to side length. Now, to reiterate, the law of sines is used to solve non-right triangles. Otherwise, you could just use SOHCAHTOA. That's why this is different. So you're going to sketch a triangle, and again, not going to be a right triangle, just any old triangle will do. So I'm going to label KLM. And here's how I set this up. So little l is across from capital L, and that is equivalent to 48. Next, angle K is 55 degrees. So that goes in here. And then next I have angle L is 46 degrees. And I am looking to find little k. So little k is across from angle k, right here. So this is an instance where we use what is called the law of sines. So the law of sines, what you have to have are a side and its corresponding angle, which we do, and then one of the other two. So in our case for k, we have the angle, just not the side. So I'm going to manipulate the formula with the letters. So I'm going to go L divided by the sine of L, capital, equal to little k over the sine of k. And then you're going to just substitute into this. So little l, I'm going to replace that with 48. And this is divided by the sine of 46 degrees. And this is equal to, so little k, which is unknown,
and then divided by sine of k, which is sine of 55. Okay, it's really just calculator work from here. But again, you want to be very careful with your bounding, so we're going to keep everything exact. So I'm going to cross multiply 48 sine 55. So 48 gets located out front because it is a sideline. And then sine of 55. And this is equal to little k multiplied by the sine of 46 degrees. Again, we are not typing in the calculator yet because every time you type in round, you're going to impact this final answer. So to get sine of 46 over, I'm going to divide by sine of 46. And now you may finally pick up your calculator and you may type this entire left-hand side. So k is equal to, and that's going to be your answer. And as far as your rounding goes, we're going to be consistent with what the problem gave us. So the other side length was nearest whole number, so we're going to follow suit and do the same thing. So you're going to type that in now. So we're going to go 48 sine 55, enter, divided by sine of 46. And do you have an answer yet? Say it again. 55. Perfect. So k is equal to 55. Good. How's the first one? Not too bad. Good. Yeah, log sines is a really easy formula to use. All right, so number 2, let's have another one. With this one, we're going to go all the way through, and I'm going to have you actually solve the triangle. Again, what's different than yesterday is this is not a right triangle. So no SOHCAHTOA. So you're going to solve the triangle all the way through. You're going to find all 3 angles and all 3 side lengths. So I am going to give you here that angle A is equal to, so this is good quiz review, 37 degrees, 20 minutes. So you're going to have to remember how to type that in again. And then I'm going to go B is equal to 51 degrees and 30 minutes. And C is equal to 125, and that is a little c. So first thing I'm going to do is sketch out a nice big triangle again, not a right triangle. So my vertices here are going to be A, B, and C. And for A, I have 37 degrees, 20 minutes. And for B, I have 51 degrees, 30 minutes. Angle C, we don't know yet. And then little c is 125. So little c is across from capital C, and that is your side length. So you have 3 out of 6 items, and you need to find what's left over. What is the easiest thing to start with? Angle C, couldn't agree more. So to find angle C, in your calculator, you're going to type in 180 minus those other 2 angles. So let's see if you remember how to do that. All right, so in the calculator, where did my calculator go? Hold on one moment for me to get this calculator up here. Calculator's coming, sorry. All right, so calculator, you're gonna go 180 minus. And your angles here were 51 degrees. How do we get the degree symbol? Do you guys remember? Yep, second apse, degrees. And then you're gonna do 30 minutes. So 30 and then second apse, and that is choice 2. Minus the other one, which is 37 degrees. So I'm going to go 37 degrees and 20 minutes. So 2, it just takes a while. Okay, and then what do we need to do with this answer? DMS. Yep, so you need to change it so that it models the same format as the other 2 angles. So I'm gonna go second, apps, choice 4, degree, minutes, seconds notation. And then there you go. So this is 91 degrees, 10 minutes, and 0 seconds. So obviously you can exclude the seconds. If you need to type seconds in the calculator, remember that one is different. You are gonna hit alpha plus sign to get seconds if you ever need that. So 91 degrees and 10 minutes there. And then I gotta find my next one. So this worked out to be 91 degrees and 10 minutes. Okay. Now you have to find your sidelines. Again, it does not matter what way you start with. But the nice thing is for law of sines, you have angle C and you have side C. So that is perfect. So let's find A. So little a right here. I am going to go A over sine of A. And I have one unknown in that expression, so I have to choose the one that I know both. So C, I know both of them. I'm going to set this equal to C over the sine of C. So little a is unknown. This is divided by the sine of 37 degrees, 20 minutes equal to little c 125 over the sine of 91 degrees and 10 minutes. This just becomes a little bit tedious in a calculator, but it's not challenging. So cross multiply, you have a sine 91 degrees, 10 minutes equal to 125 out front, sine 37 degrees, 20 minutes. And then divide. And yes, you may type the whole thing in at once. And then divide that over. So sine of 91 degrees, 10 minutes. And your answer, round it to the nearest whole integer, just like side C is. Okay, so when you found A, what did you get? 76, perfect. So there's an answer. And what remains is one more side. Now, we typically tell students don't go off your own work unless you have to. So for that reason, I'm going to not use that answer, and I'm still going to use C over sine of C equal to B over sine of B. So we're going to do next B over sine of B equal to C over sine of C. So little b is unknown. And then the sine of b at the top is 51 degrees and 30 minutes. And that is equal to little c 125 divided by the sine of 91 degrees, 10 minutes. And then you just cross multiply. So you will see instances where you have to do law of sines twice. So this is b times the sine of 91 degrees, 10 minutes equal to 125 sine 51 degrees, 30 minutes. And then again, you're just going to divide this over. So you divide by the sine of 91 degrees, 10 minutes, and divide by the sine 91 degrees, 10 minutes. The answer again follows suit with what the problem did originally, which was nearest whole integer. So B came back as I got 98. Does agree? So 98. And now you've completed it. So you have solved the triangle. You have the 3 angles as well as those 3 sidelines. Okay. Any problems there? Okay. Sometimes you run across instances where your triangles may not be possible. Okay, so here's number 3. And sometimes those are really nice to get because then you just get to stop. So number 3, I'm going to say again, same set of directions. Solve the triangle. And I'm going to give you here that little a is equivalent to 12. little b is equivalent to 15, and capital A, implying an angle, is 55 degrees. So I'm going to come over, sketch a picture, and see what we got. I'm going to label A, B, C. Angle A is 55, and little a is equal to 12. So again, that's good. Whenever you have that pairing and you have both A's, you know you're going to be okay for law of sines. Now I do B, so little b is equal to 15. Okay. In this case, what do you have to start with? You need to find angle B. Okay, so you're going to have to start right there. So to begin, I do a law of sines. I'm going to go A over sine of A is equal to B over sine of B. And you're going to plug in. I get 12 over the sine of 55 degrees equal to 15 over the sine of B. I would like you to all try this in your calculator, please, because this is going to work out different. So this would be 15 sine 55. I want you to divide by 12. And we're going to get a decimal here. Sine of B equals something. All right, so in your calculator, you are going to type 15 sine 55, enter, divided by 12, enter. If you get a decimal that is equivalent to 1.023940055, good. Now, we discussed this yesterday. When an angle is unknown, what key do you hit on the calculator? Second. So now I would like you to type for me second sine of that answer and use the whole decimal, okay? Don't round it. And what do you notice when you try to do second sine of that decimal? It doesn't work. Your reason is because conceptually, if you think about sine, sine is opposite over hypotenuse. And what you know about a hypotenuse is it must be your largest side. So this decimal cannot ever exceed what? 1. Okay, so as soon as it exceeds 1, it's not possible. So this triangle is not possible. Done. You don't have to solve it. You can't. You cannot take the sine or cosine of anything greater than 1. You're fine. As long as you have some sort of justification for why it's not possible to get that sine too. All right, so your next item today and last is your formula for area. So if you look on your formula sheet, this is, I believe it was the third one down. And what we're going to do is the formula for an area of a non-right triangle. It's a formula you do not need to memorize. And your formula is, does your formula sheet use K or A? Yep, thank you. So K is equal to 1/2 AB sine C. If we relate this back to geometry, to do area, you must have side angle side. Okay, so you have to have the side, the included angle, and then the other corresponding side. So area of your triangle, which is a non-right triangle. The other item I want you to jot down to, which is not on your formula sheet, is the area of a parallelogram. How many triangles are contained in a parallelogram? 2. So if I take 1/2 times 2, would you agree it cancels? It does. So this is just area is equal to AB sine C. Just in the instance you have to do it. Very, very quick and easy though. All right, so what we're going to do here is find the area. And sometimes when you get area problems, you have to make use of law of sines as well. Number 4, we are going to find the area. I'm going to give you A, so little a equal to 14.2, and capital A equal to 18 degrees and 50 minutes, and angle B equal to 69 degrees and 18 minutes. All right, so set it up. We've got a triangle, ABC, in which A is equal to 14.2. A, my angle is 18 degrees, 50 minutes. And B is 69 degrees, 18 minutes. Okay. So, in order to use your area formula, you must have side, angle, side, and you do not. So you're going to have to do a log sine calculation first. So if we think side, angle, side, if you look right up here, you have side, angle. What side do you need? C. Good. So you need that guy. So before I can make use of the formula, I'm going to do log sines quick. So I am going to go A over sine of A is equal to C over sine of C. And what I have to do is I have to first find angle C. All right, so angle C, you're going to go in the calculator, 180 minus the other 2. So angle C is 180 minus. Okay, I know that takes a minute to type in. Angle C should be 91 degrees and 52 minutes. So this is 91 degrees and 52 minutes. So formula is going to go 14.2 over the sine of 18 degrees, 50 minutes equal to little c over the sine of 91 degrees and 52 minutes. And then cross multiply. It's entirely up to you what you'd like to show. If you want to show me that formula and then do everything in the calculator, that's sufficient work. So this would be if I write it out, 14.2 sine 91 degrees, 52 minutes equal to C times the sine of 18 degrees and 50 minutes. And divide. You're going to divide this over, and then I promise you your area formula is actually really quick. So you're going to go sine of 18 degrees and 50 minutes. All right, so little c, and I'm going to round accordingly. So little c here, I have, I think I'm getting, actually, I think I have to type that. I don't think I wrote that one down. Someone have it? 44.0. Thank you. Perfect. So this is going to be 44.0. Again, just to kind of follow suit with your rounding. And then the last thing you do is sub into area. Okay. So lastly, K is equal to 1/2 AB sine C. You're going to do your sides. My sides are 14.2, 44, and then the sine of the included angle, which was 69 degrees and 18 minutes. Again, the area is very easy. Just you have to get the parts that you need to be able to do it. So that gets typed right in the calculator. Or do you have it yet? 312.2. Thank you. That is equivalent to your area. Okay. How do you guys feel with that calculation? Is that okay? Again, if you have parallelogram, you just knock off the 1/2, and you would just do all those multiplied together. So same exact idea. Good, no questions? Okay. So your homework tonight, you are back to your textbook. So we're doing problems on page 316. These two formulas are not on your quiz yet. For your quiz, you're gonna wanna make sure that you look at days 1 and days 2. Morning.
You want me to do it? It's fun to pop in and introduce myself.
Oh, yeah, go ahead.
I'm Mrs. Sloan, in the building. So I wanted to pop in and say hello. I'm trying to make my way around the building slowly but